What's good, Barca family? I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. Thank you so much for clicking on this video again. I really do appreciate it. Just before we get started, guys, please leave a like on the video, comment down below what you guys' thoughts are on these subjects and topics that we've talked about for this video. And also, don't forget to let your friends know about this channel. That's really, really important. Alright, let's get into the news. Now, first news, obviously, Barcelona have come out and confirmed that Coutinho will be departing and going to Brazil for further treatment. So he's basically decided that he wants to continue his recovery from his knee in Brazil over 3 months after he last played for Barcelona, which has been, it's just been devastating really. He was not supposed to be out for this long, and it's just injury after injury for Barcelona main players, and it's just been super frustrating, which we'll get into this video very soon. I'll be talking more in depth about this problem, but yeah, Coutinho is actually not the first player to be continuing his recovery from his injury aboard, so he won't be using Barcelona's medical staff or team. Obviously, we all know that Coutinho is suffering on his left meniscus, I believe, which is similar to Ansu Fati's. Not sure how badly it is, if it's just as bad as Ansu Fati's one, because he's been out for a while as well. So we don't know about that. There has been no information about that. But we can say and move on to the next topic, which is very related to this subject about Coutinho. As I said and mentioned just before, this is not the first time that we've had a player go aboard and seek further information about the injury or recovering elsewhere, rather than have his recovery in Barcelona. Now, this medical team has been it's been they haven't been that great, let's just say that. Now, most of you guys will probably say why. Most of you guys probably already know where I'm about to go with this, but this isn't the first player. Now, we've had Samuel Umtiti, which is very funny because Umtiti was suffering so many injuries when he was getting treated in Barcelona. As soon as he went aboard, which is to Qatar, I believe, Umtiti hasn't suffered that many injuries after going to an actual professional medical team that know what they're doing. You'll be paying extra money, but the thing is, it's better to pay off a full sum of money and a pricey surgery, rather than have a cheap surgery and just keep going back to the medical team. Going under the knife every couple of months, I'm sure it's not fun. And then having to obviously go back into getting your fitness back and trying to recover properly, and then you get another injury and then you're back to square one, and it's just, you'd rather do something properly rather than pay less money. I don't know what it is about this Barcelona medical team, but you'd rather go and seek help from an actual professional team rather than go to a, let's say, a clinic that just don't know what they're doing, right? So you would rather go and fix whatever problem you have the proper way, rather than go back and forth with these medical staff at Barcelona and not get anywhere with it. Obviously, we all know Umtiti has been just absolutely hammered by injuries, and like I said, now that he's actually gone to Qatar, came back, he's been doing okay for himself, although he hasn't been getting minutes, but we haven't really heard any injuries from Umtiti. Now, another player is obviously Ousmane Dembélé. We all know Dembélé has missed out on so many games, and he had so many hamstring injuries, and just one after the other. We all know, like, he became a meme in the football world because of how many injuries he was getting. And as soon as Dembele decided to go to Qatar and actually once again do what Umtiti did and go to actual professionals and check everything up and make sure that everything was right. Obviously wasn't, because apparently the Barcelona medical staff were doing an atrocious job, a really terrible job, which is why Dembele had to go back and forth with them. But once he went to Qatar, he got everything done with them. Obviously he went under the knife, and you know, Dembele, as we all know, has been on fire. He hasn't had any injuries, you know, knock on wood. But he's been recovering, and he's been doing really well for himself, and that's something to be really proud of. Like, you know, seeing Dembele back on his form, slowly going back to the Dembele that we knew from Borussia Dortmund, it's been really exciting. And I mean, he's been outperforming himself in Barcelona. He scored goals in Barcelona recently. He scored a goal in France. He's been doing really well, and that always makes you think: is it really the player, or is it the medical team in Barcelona? What are these guys doing? Why are they just so bad at their job? What is going on? You know, and that's when we're gonna go into the next topic, which is what's going on with this medical staff. Now, as much as I know, as I just mentioned before, we know that Samuel Umtiti has had problems with this medical staff. We know that Ousmane Dembele has had problems with his medical staff. We know Arthur Melo had problems with the medical staff. We know Frankie de Jong had problems with his with the medical staff at Barcelona. Ansu Fati has had problems with his medical staff. Gerard Piqué had problems with them also. Pedri, which was diagnosed with some random injury, and he ended up making a miraculous comeback 2 days later. He's suffered with this medical team. Ousmane Dembele, obviously we all know he has suffered from this medical team. So what is going on with this medical staff? Why are they giving injuries to players or prescribing them with an injury that is false? Like, Frankie de Jong came out and said, he was really angry, by the way, with the medical team, and he said, look, I'm going to go back to Holland. I'm going to actually get my treatment there because I feel like this medical staff is useless. Another person that has zero faith in this medical staff or medical team is Xavi Hernandez. Now, when he was going to, well, not going to sign, but when there were like topics and discussions going on that maybe Xavi Hernandez might come back to Barcelona and actually end up coaching the senior team or the first team. Now, one of his requests were that he did not want anything to do with his medical team. Now, that you know, that makes you think, what is actually going on with this medical team? Like, why are they so bad? What's going on? Why are all these stars that are in Barcelona, all these players that are really not happy with this medical team? Now, there's one thing that I believe that should happen, and that is Laporta needs to eliminate this team. Now, these guys, I mean, I don't like to take people's jobs. I mean, it's bad as it is with this whole Corona situation. But honestly, guys, if we want to be a top club, we need to have a top medical team. They just can't. We cannot have a medical team that's average. This is nonsense. Like, it's unacceptable. We've had close to 29 injuries this season. 29, and 16 of them have been serious injuries because the medical team decided to diagnose the players with different problems that they had, which ended up being either worse or a lot less concerning. But that's the problem. Like, for example, Frankie de Jong was not supposed to be playing this season, you know, because it was so, like, the injury was very bad, and they diagnosed it to be, it's just a precaution. We don't want to be using him, you know. We're just going to leave him on the sideline for a week and then he can come back. But his injury ended up being a lot more concerning and a lot more serious than what the medical team said it was going to be. And it was his calf. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but Frankie de Jong had a calf injury and this medical team just had no idea what they were doing, you know. Ansu Fati is another one. You know, he had a meniscus injury. He's gone under the knife. Apparently, he's gone under the knife twice. Some reports are denying it. Some reports are saying it's true. And he might be going under the knife for the third time now. And he's been having, problems with swelling. And it just does not make sense. These players need to be quickly operated on, put into full recovery fitness, do whatever it takes to get them back on the field, because these players, they don't have that long. Most of these players play for 15, 12, 13 years, and you want to get the best out of these players, especially players like Ansu Fati that can be something huge in the footballing world. You just cannot have a medical team that are so pathetic. But that's my theory and that's my thought on this medical team. I think they should get removed, and Laporta really needs to sit down and have a think about this medical team, because we are suffering. These players are suffering from these injuries. So let's hope that Laporta actually does something about this medical team. And in another news, there has been this is a rumor. I'm not sure if it's true. Barcelona have not come out and actually confirmed this news, but club legend and academy director Patrick Kluivert will be stepping down at the end of the season, as obviously the new president Joan Laporta begins restructuring of the Spanish Giants. Now, as I said, there is no confirmation about this. We don't know if this is true or not. Barcelona have not come out and actually said anything about this. So, yeah, we don't know what's going on. But obviously, Patrick is a legend in the club. He played alongside Rivaldo. We all know that. He's been really important for the club. He's the man that brought Ansu Fati in. He's the man that brought Pedri in. He's got an eye for talent and he knows what he's doing. So it's a bit of a bummer that unfortunately Patrick will be stepping down, but he will be getting replaced by Jose Ramon Alexanco in the role. So we have high hopes in Jose as well. He was with Juan Laporta, so one steps down, one great steps down, another great steps in. So it's all good in the hood, as we say. I believe Juan Laporta is going to be just bringing this Barcelona back to the Giants they once were. So yeah, best of luck to Patrick, obviously, and we are forever grateful for all his services he's done for the club. In other news, we have David Alaba, the Austrian footballer. So he is still being tracked by Real Madrid, but the agent actually came out and said that Barcelona still are in the race for David Alaba, which was quite interesting. And he also mentioned that Chelsea were also in the race. So there are 3 top favorite clubs that could be snatching David Alaba at the end of this summer transfer. We don't know where the player is obviously wanting to end up. But he did come out and say that he wants to play in the Spanish league. So, fingers crossed, Barcelona can do a snatch and grab from Real Madrid. Because obviously there has been reports that Real Madrid literally are very advanced with David Alaba's transfer. All David Alaba needs to do right now is sign the contract. But Barcelona are still in the race for David Alaba, and let's just hope that we can actually snatch this man up, because he is a beast. He's still 29 years old, and he's one of the greatest defenders, man. He understands the back line. He knows everything about the footballing game. He's experienced. He can play on the left wing. He can play in the center. He's just a really talented player. So hopefully we can snatch him up. We do also have Eric Garcia coming in, but it would be awesome to have so many options in the back, because we have been suffering in that defense. So having David Alaba would be a plus for us. So yeah, just a quick news on David Alaba, as his agent has actually come out and said the Real Madrid, Barcelona are still in the title race for David Alaba. Chelsea are also another club which caught me by surprise, but no surprise at the same time. But yeah, just a little update on David Alaba's. And in another news, we've got Bale. I know, right? Bale on a Barcelona channel. What? What is going on? No, hold your horses, guys. Everything is fine. We're going to be speaking about Bale because he has recently just come out and clarified that he legally has to go back to Real Madrid because, I mean, his future is still in Madrid. But the reason he went to Spurs, he came out and said, is because he wanted some football minutes and some game time so he could get back into his fitness. So the reason I bring you guys Bale news is because obviously Real Madrid have been really interested in Mbappe and Haaland. Haaland is a transfer option that we have also as Barcelona are willing to be signing Haaland. Obviously Haaland is, I mean, it's going to be a tough decision to be making for Laporta. Will he go for him this season? Will he go for him next season? Now, the reason I bring Bale is because Bale going back to Madrid, it could be a huge thing. It could actually mean that Real Madrid might have to get rid of him before they start signing more players. Now, Bale, as we all know, is on huge wages for Real Madrid, not Barcelona. No. So, yeah. So Real Madrid have to actually now offload Bale. Maybe they were hoping that Spurs might actually, you know, put a here and some here and some here, and put some money on the side and be like, you know what, we'll snatch Bale up from you guys. But no, Bale has come out and said that legally he has to go back to Real Madrid, and I believe that Bale doesn't want to end his career with Spurs. Unfortunately, we don't know what the problem is, or if there is any problem, or he just wants to go back to Real Madrid. I mean, obviously, sit on the bench, get money. I mean, who wouldn't want that, really? Come on. I mean, it's a no-brainer. But yeah, this is why I'm bringing you guys a Bale news. And yeah, it's going to be really hard, I think, for Real Madrid to try and snatch up Haaland and Mbappe. So maybe we do have a chance for Haaland. Huh? Wink, wink. But yeah, that's the news for today. I hope you guys enjoy this video, guys. Once again, please leave a like, subscribe on the channel, and make sure you put a comment down below on all the topics that we've had today, that we've discussed. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. I love you guys. Thank you very much once again for clicking on the video. VISCA, Barca, VISCA, Catalonia. Vamos!